Dear student, due to coronavirus, school started online classes for your study. So you can subscribe Golden Flower Palia YouTube channel, like and press the bell icon.
Hello students, today I am there to teach you electrostatic part 1 and we are going to discuss about the electrostatic physics class 12th. Okay, so here in this topic we will discuss about the different terms that depends upon the charge at rest. Okay, before starting we have to know about what is electrostatics. Okay, which branch of the physics is called electrostatic. So what is electrostatic? Electrostatics it is the branch of physics which deals with the study of charge at rest. Okay, so whatever properties we are going to discuss here in this topic, they depends upon the charge when the charge is in stationary position. Okay, so what topic we will discuss today and what is their importance, okay, how they are present in our daily life. Okay, let's discuss about this. So in electrostatic, first we will have to know about what the matter is made up of. Every matter is made up of atom. Everybody is knowing that. Okay, every atom is made up of atom, and in atom proton and neutrons are present inside the nucleus of the atom, and electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Okay, so when electrons are revolving around the nucleus, electrons are negatively charged particle, protons are positively charged particle, and you have studied in your previous classes as much number of electrons are there in an atom, equal number of protons are there in the nucleus of that atom. That means the total charge of an atom is 0 and atom is electrically neutral particle. No need to write this thing because this thing you are knowing already. An atom is a neutral particle. So how the bodies get charged? Okay, when atom is a neutral particle, every matter is made up of atom, so everybody has a 0 charge. So how the bodies are getting charged? This is the question for today, and we are going to discuss about the charging of a body. Okay, so we will discuss charging of a body today. Charging a body. Okay, here we have two kind of bodies. One is called insulator, another is called conductor, and you might be knowing what is insulator, what is conductor. What is insulator? Insulator are those substances through which electricity cannot pass, and conductors are those substances through which electricity can pass. Okay, that means insulator does not conduct the electricity and conductors conduct the electricity. Okay, so due to this difference, they have different system of charging, different procedure of charging. So how we are charging to the insulators and how we are charging to the conductors. Okay, so charging to the insulator. The first one is charging to an insulator. Okay, insulator, how can you charge the insulator? This is a question for us today. I told you that every matter is made up of atom. Atom has protons inside the nucleus and electrons outside the nucleus. So for charging the insulator, we use a very unique procedure. That means we rub the bodies together, or rubbing any insulator body with another body. Okay, like glass is an insulator and glass rod I have, and I am rubbing this glass rod with a cloth, with a silk cloth. And what will happen when you are rubbing a glass rod with the silk cloth? What will happen? The loosely bound electrons, loosely bonded electrons to the atoms, they will leave their parent atom and will transfer to the other body. Okay? In glass and silk pair, what happens? In glass and silk pair, when you are rubbing a glass rod with the silk cloth, the loosely bonded electrons of the glass rod, they leave their parent atom and transfer to the silk cloth. Okay, so when they transfer to the silk cloth has exceeded number of electrons. So due to the exceeding number of electrons, silk cloth becomes negatively charged and glass rod becomes positively charged. Okay, so very clear idea about the charging of an insulator. How can we charge an insulator? You can charge the insulator by rubbing the insulator with another body. Okay, so by rubbing an insulator with other body, we can charge an insulator. Okay, so when insulators are rubbed together with another body, they get charged. And why they are charging? Because loosely bonded electrons are getting transferred from one body to another body. And why this happens so? So this happens due to transfer of electrons from one body to another body. Okay, so which body gains electron, that becomes negatively charged, and which lose electron, that becomes positively charged. Here we will write a body gains electrons becomes negatively charged. A body which loses electrons becomes positively charged. Okay, why it becomes positively charged? Because now the protons in this body are more than number of electrons are getting transferred to the another body. And why this body becomes negatively charged? Because this body gains electron. Now the number of electrons are more than the number of protons, and you very well know electrons are negatively charged particle and protons are positively charged particles. So this was the rubbing of insulator with another body. You can charge the insulator. Okay, here we introduce a new term that is called frictional electricity. Okay, frictional electricity. Frictional electricity. What is frictional electricity? Okay, what is frictional electricity? Frictional electricity is the electricity which comes into the existence due to the friction. Due to the friction, that means due to rubbing of two bodies. Due to rubbing of two bodies. Okay. Okay. So next topic comes charging of a conductor. Okay, how can we charge a conductor? Charging of a conductor. Charging to a conductor. Okay. So how can we charge a conductor? So for charging the conductor we have two other methods. One of them it is called conduction and another it is called induction. Okay. In this lecture I'll just talk about conduction. Induction we will talk tomorrow. Okay. So what is conduction? What we call conduction? Okay. So when a charged body brought near the uncharged body equal amount of charge distributed among the bodies. Okay. So when a charged body come to the contact with the uncharged body, both the bodies are combining their charge and redistribute their charges equally. Likewise, you are having a aluminum rod having positive charge like 2Q. Okay, and here it is a uncharged body. Here it is an uncharged body, that is a metallic sphere. Keep remember, this method is only for conductors. We are charging to the conductors. Uncharged metallic sphere. So when you are connecting them both, you are made connection between two of them. This 2Q charge will get transferred to the uncharged body. Okay, and both will redistribute their charges. Likewise, now what will happen when you are disconnecting them, when you are separating them? So when you will separate them, aluminum rod will remain with plus Q charge and this sphere will also gain plus Q charge. Okay, both will have equal charges. So what we learnt about the conduction, in conduction, two very important fact we could see that a charged body has to bring in the contact with uncharged body. Okay, the first thing it is that two bodies should be connected together. Another thing, both the bodies will have equal and same charges, like charges. This body is having positive charge, this body will also develop positive charge. Okay, both will have positive charge. Okay, so nature is not going to be changed. So in conduction, both the bodies are to be physically connected. Okay, and second, both redistributed equal and like charges. Okay, so in charged body the charge is reduced and that transfer to the uncharged body. Okay, so this was the topic for today.
Do self study at home and stay home, save lives. Thank you very much.